Yes. All right. Today's session is going to be fabulous.
Today's session is going to be fanatical
I like that.
because
All
we're
right.
fanatical prospectors.
Okay, let me change a couple of things. For,
Oh, I got to get her that.
awesome. Okay. All right. So we got that done. Okay. I hope my computer is going to operate. I think I got everything all taken care of.
Good.
So I'm recording. Um, Today's session, I think, is going to be wonderful if everything works out how I
Yes.
hope it's going to work out. Let's see here.
Maybe I
Harry's
can
note
put the
taker
link
is
to.
here.
Um,
Hi, Harry's note taker.
why is it called Harry's?
Um, Harry actually is a realtor.
Oh,
Because
okay.
of his work, he's not able to be on the call. So every week he allows his note taker to basically to be
Summarize the notes.
substitute. Yeah, to be a substitute. So although Harry is not here, his note taker is here.
Saturday, 80 degrees. Ooh, where can I go?
Good morning, Jasmine.
Hi, good morning, Fred. I'm good, but my allergies are running wild this season. But I'm good though.
Well,
I
the
mean,
good
it's
news is
crazy.
you are on the call. That is the most important part. You are on the call.
I haven't had a voice for like 2 weeks. So,
Oh, wow.
uh-huh.
All right. Manetta, good morning. And then we have Miss Kimberly Wright, Miss Kim Wright. Good morning.
Good morning, Fred. Good morning, ladies
Good
and
morning.
gentlemen.
Good morning. I hope everyone had a wonderful week last week, and this week's going to be even better. Okay. We are going to wait just a couple of minutes more. Um, Today, we're going to change things up just a little bit because we're going to go over a lot of information. Um, and hopefully everyone will understand. And then for all of the documents we're going to go over at the conclusion of the class, I'm going to email you these handouts. And because I didn't send them to you first, because I think if we tweak them just for our class, then when I send it out, then it'll be our own documents. And so it's going to be um, a lot of fun, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And I got one person here, iPhone, I believe. Is this Miss Cassandra?
Yes, it is. Good morning. How's everybody?
Good morning. All right. I think, well, whoever is going to join us, I think that is fine, but we're going to go ahead and move forward. Um, Today, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show the outline for today's class. I'm going to share my screen, and this is going to be my first test to make sure that everything is correct with my computer. Because I finally got everything all squared away, I hope. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
All right. And you see session 10, chapter 10, leveraging the
yes,
prospecting pyramid. All right.
yes.
Um, Today we're going over chapter 10 of the 23 chapters. And each week I says, this is going to be a better one. This is going to be a better one. But it's been a while since I've actually went through all 23 chapters. And so I would say this is going to be the best one. For the 9 previous chapters, the 10th chapter is a culmination. And then this chapter really piggybacks on chapter 9 in terms of what we went over last week. Chapter 9, if you recall, was the 4 objectives of prospecting. I'm going to give someone a gold star today. Can anyone name the 4 objectives when we prospect? I hear crickets. Okay,
Got an appointment.
very good. That's number 1. What's number 2? Got that right. Gather intelligence. Number 3 is build rapport and trust. And number 4, plant seeds for future opportunities. Full disclosure, I had to read my notes to make certain that I said all 4 objectives correctly. I do not have those memorized, so I didn't know if anyone had the notes from last week.
I was
At
just
the
guessing on what the protocol would be. So
That's fine. That is fine, and you're going to see how important this is. At the conclusion, at the end of last week's session, we started to list out the different prospecting types. And so I was going through a document. It's called Terrific 20 Prospecting Types. I was planning on going through that list where we can have as a class our own different prospecting types. But I'm going to just set that aside. We'll probably come back to it. But I want to continue on with today's session of chapter 10. And because today's chapter 10 we're going to cover a lot of material. And because of that, one of the things on the outline that you don't see is the poll. I said, I don't think we're going to have enough time for the poll. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into next prospecting success stories. Tell you what, I'm going to change one thing else because I got to change this. I got to change the position of my screen because it's just going to give me a crick in the neck. Let's see. Oop. Oop. Now you can see my screen, correct? All right. So you're back to seeing this outline, correct? Hello? Can you guys
yes,
hear me?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay. Um, Success stories from last week. Is there any story that anyone wants to share regarding your prospecting activities from last week? Anybody? Anything new come about or anything good for the benefit of the class? All right, no problem.
Hi,
Next
Fred. I
week,
guess I can share
go ahead.
that my client he's been living in the house for about 3 years. But he wants to rent it out, and he's done that with another property, but now he wants to rent it out, so it will be a rental listing for me within the next 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how were you able to identify this client?
This is a past, so it's like a past client, but I just was giving him a call to see
Okay.
how he was doing, and like I said, he already has a rental property, so I didn't know that he was planning on moving back to Colorado home. And he doesn't want to sell right now, so he just wants to rent it out. So it's
Okay.
kind of keeping him in my pipeline. Yeah.
All right. And you know what, Jazz, I am so glad you said that because what you said, we're gonna if I remind me because I want to go back to your question, or to how you identified this client, because that is going to correspond to what we're going to discuss for the remaining part of the class. Well, in your case, well, we might start at the beginning. Okay. So, any other success stories? All right. Let's jump in today's session. It's called Leveraging the Prospecting Pyramid. Now, I'm going to ask each one of you a question, and it's going to be the same question. And it's 100% participation. And I'm curious just to see what each of your responses are. At the conclusion of this class, let's see if we all can be on one accord in the prospecting pyramid. And what we're going to go through is, in a sense, try and develop our unique prospecting pyramid. And let's just see what we come up with. You might agree with what I'm going to share, or you may say, Fred, no, you are off basis. And it's okay. So I'm going to start right at the top of what I'm looking at, Miss Chanel Harper. The question is, on a daily basis, when you prospect, who do you call and why?
Well, on any given day, it can be different. It depends on who I am working on that may be on the current list. It could be past clients, it could be connections, people that I've, gotten their information from that I'm going to follow up with. So I kind of just take it day by day and add different categories of people that I'm going to reach out to as part of my prospecting pyramid.
Okay. Thank you for
And
sharing. Miss Jasmine, you're up. Who do you prospect when you prospect? Who do you call and why?
Did you say me, Fred? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of like Chanel. I'll reach out to my old buyers. I'll do that. And then let's say for instance, I'll meet someone and they're a friend of a friend. I dive into my sphere, and people just who have thought about maybe buying. And I do open houses, so I'll reach out to them on that Monday after I do them on the Sunday. So that can be either email, text, or phone call.
Okay. Thank you. Miss Wright, you're up. Who do you call when you prospect and why?
I'm kind of like them. When I do an open house, I reach out to the people who attended the open house. I talk to people in my database. I follow up with past clients and occasionally just talk to, people that I know. And I can always now bring the conversation around the real estate. It's
Okay.
it's not I have more finesse than when I started. So I'm not saying, do you want to buy or sell a house?
Okay.
You know.
Awesome. 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 Okay. Very good. Miss Cassandra.
Yes, usually, as of recent, everywhere I go, appointment or here, I sometimes get in a conversation with someone and we end up exchanging numbers. So I don't really mention the real estate off the bat, but if we do happen to exchange numbers, I reach out to them a day or two later just so they will remember me and I add them to the list. And so, eventually, I'll just kind of add them in and just kind of check in with them. And that conversation eventually comes up. And I've been doing that first, people that I'm just getting numbers, just kind of adding them to like the circle. And then after that, my past list that I've been working on, I follow up with the list that I've been working on. What happened? Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah,
Did
I
you
can
guys
hear you.
hear
No,
me?
no, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
You are doing good. All right. Okay. Now, if you've noticed, everybody has a you're similar in terms of who you contact, but yet again, still a little different. So my question is, should there be a systematic way? And this is not just for realtors, this is really for loan officers as well. We're all similar. So this is applicable for basically anyone in sales. So my question is, should there be a systematic way of who we should be prospecting to on a daily basis?
Good
Yes or no?
question. Yes,
Okay.
Janetta.
So my question is, and Kim, I agree. Why don't we do it?
Because
We
people
know we
don't have a
should.
system.
Well, you are correct. Well, in a way, I would say that we don't have a system, but I would come back to you and say, I think we do have a system. We may not be fully aware of what it is, and then we do not consistently follow through with it. So, this is what I'm going to do next. Hopefully, you can see this.
Brett, can I say something real quick? This is Jasmine
Please.
again. Um, I think that's a lot of what it is too. I think that we already know what to do, but when it does work, we don't write it down. We don't say like, "Oh, okay, this is what worked for me last time," and we don't do it again. We'll do it like that one or two times and forget how we got it or forget how it happened.
Okay. And then you get a gold star for giving that answer. You were right on point. I like you, Jasmine. Scrappy voice and all. You're doing awesome. Because at the conclusion of today's session, I hope each one of us will be able to answer your question. Well, be able to give a response to your comment. All right. This right here, my awesome fanatical prospectors, is our prospecting pyramid for realtors. And this is uniquely designed. I should patent it because it's nowhere else out there and it's just for us. Prospecting pyramid for realtors. And guess what? It's blank. There's nothing to it. So I'm going to patent this blank triangle. Has everyone seen a prospecting pyramid at all? Yes, no. Okay. All
I've
right.
seen pyramid.
Yeah. All right. So there's different layers for this pyramid. You have the top layer, and then you have the bottom layer. So as we have this pyramid, we should be making calls to individuals that are at the top of the pyramid because they are considered being most important. And then at the bottom, these should be individuals that we should not be focusing our attention on. So we should be focusing more of our attention on a daily basis of what's up here, and then the least amount of attention of what here. But what I did and what we're going to go over is to figure out, even on all these different layers, who should we be contacting the most between each level of the pyramid. Because if we do that, then we're probably going to be a little more successful. Or another way of saying that, how this pyramid is designed, we could say on Mondays we're going to make the individuals in this lesson, in this level. This is Monday, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, this is Thursday, and this is Friday. This is a systematic way. Or we can do 1 or 2 calls in this level, 1 or 2 calls in this level, etc. But it's still a systematic way. Makes sense? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. Good. All right. So let's just figure out and see. Okay, what is this Fred talking about? Here we go. This is what I put. And what I did, this looks familiar, but what I did, I utilized GPT just to help me to ensure that what the information that I'm presenting in accordance to what's in the book is correct. So what's in the book is generalized for salespeople, but I said to myself, no, we're realtors and a loan officer. So let's be specific in terms of what is actually applicable for us. And I said, fine. Every single one of you during your comments when I asked who do you call and why, all of these different levels were mentioned. Everybody said that. Some people talked about past clients, referrals, sphere of influence, leads, but no one really talked about the last one of cold contacts. Now, before I continue to make certain we're all on the same page, does anyone disagree or have any other comments or suggestions of what should be in this pyramid? Because how this pyramid is laid out, we should be calling past clients first, then we should be calling our referrals, individuals in our sphere of influence, any leads that we might have, and cold contacts. As a class, are we all in agreement? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. So we know that we should be calling our past clients first. So the first question that we have to ask ourselves, you remember we talked about this, we said past clients, and this is where our database comes in. So we say past clients, well, which past clients should we be calling? Why should we be calling these past clients? What should we be saying? So let's start with Chanel, because you mentioned past clients. Which past clients should we be calling and why?
Well, we should definitely be calling all of them, and we should call the ones that we um, haven't spoken to recently to make sure that you're cycling through your past clients. And why are we calling them? One, calling them to see how they're doing, maybe providing them with some new market information or something that would be of value to them, and then make sure they're still loving their current home.
All right. Now, I'm so glad you said it. I'm not really going to be picking on you, but this is how we piggyback on what was discussed in session 9, which was last week. Whenever we call someone, there should be 4 objectives. That's why I'm bringing it up now. Either set the appointment, gather intelligence, build rapport and trust, and plant seeds for future opportunities, even with a past client. So, for a past client that let's say we closed a year ago, what should be one of the main things when we call this client? What should we be concentrating on for those 4 objectives, which were set the appointment, gather intelligence, build rapport and trust, and plant seeds for future opportunities.
4, plant
There you
seeds for
go.
future opportunities.
All right, perfect. So now the question becomes, what do we say to plant seeds for future opportunities for a past client? Any examples?
Well, I'm so glad that you are still loving your home. And if you know anyone else that could be that would love to that I can provide service to, just let me know. Or I'm trying to help 50 families this year. So if you know of anyone, I am never too busy for your referrals.
Okay. Manetta, what would be an example of a statement for a past client that you're trying to plant seeds for future opportunities?
Great question. I would just call them, make sure that, of course, they're still happy in their home, make sure that, as Chanel mentioned already, just sort of planting the seed that you're looking to help more families this year. And I would actually give them maybe even an action to reach out to maybe a couple of people, right? That they that maybe is in their network that they know that might be looking. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. All right. So now we're going to go even deeper. All right. Hold on. Okay. This is where I use my little creative mind, where I try to go deeper, just like we're doing now. But I says, okay, let's go even deeper. So when it comes to prospecting for our past clients, so there's 5 layers, and don't worry, everything here I'm going to email. But I'm going to see if we want to go a little more in depth. Number 1, active opportunity clients. These are all past clients. This is where we say, okay, these could be individuals who have mentioned something about, oh, Lord have mercy, Jackie came in. Okay, all right, we got a surprise guest here. This is awesome. We'll come back to this, but I'm gonna bring in our past guest, excuse me, our guest speaker. She comes in right at a good time. Hold on. Hello. Whoop. Jackie, are you here?
Hi. So sorry, but I lost my voice, so I apologize. It's the worst timing.
What, look, all right. Well, let me ask this question, and this is because you're not the only one, so we understand. Are you up to speaking today, or do you want us to reschedule? Because
If you
you
can
tell me.
if you can hear me okay, then we can. I just sound awful, but I should be good.
Well, we can hear you fine, but I
Right.
just want to just make certain that you're going to be okay speaking.
Yes, should be fine.
Okay. All right, good. Okay, because I didn't get a response from you, so I was like, well, I don't know if she's
I
coming
texted
or
you
not.
back. I confirmed. I texted you back.
Lord have mercy, you don't need iTunes. Okay, that's fine. All right, but anyway, you believe it or not, you came in at a perfect time. All right, um, everyone, this is my good friend and referral partner, Jackie Esguieta, if I'm saying it correctly.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Oh, you froze.
Oh, I froze.
Mhm.
Okay, let me see. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
you're
All right, good.
good.
All right, good. Okay. Jackie is with Pearson Smith, and I've known Jackie for several years, and we had coffee last week, and I was sharing her about the course that I was helping to teach for realtors on prospecting. And Jackie shared that she understands the importance of prospecting,
Mhm.
and she does prospecting every Tuesday. And Jackie has a, uh, I guess she has a system of who you prospect every Tuesday, and she also has a way in which she does it. She actually goes into the office, correct me if I'm wrong, with other realtors, and they have a group session of prospecting. So, what want Jackie to do is just to explain to her about what she does when she goes in the office, why she does it, who she calls, and to give and to share how has it benefited her level of activity as a realtor.
Yes. So
Okay.
thank you, Fred. Good morning, everybody. Again, I'm Jacqueline Esguerra, Pearson Smith Realty. I go by Jackie to my closest friends and family. I've been in real estate for 26 years, and it's been really fun. And so I'm going to keep doing it until it's no longer fun and I can no longer help people. So, um, like Fred said, I think in this business to be successful and productive, right? You really need to have consistency. Consistency is key. So, what I've found in my business is every Tuesday, in our office, we have what we call Teamwork Tuesday. So, we come together, it's not a business meeting. It's about being accountable for yourself and setting your goals. We set our goals for the year before the year even begins. So in November, we have business planning. Before January of the new year comes around, I've already got my goal set for the year. So you guys should do the same thing because you are working for something and you need to know what that something is. How many sales do you need to have in order to have the lifestyle that you want, in order to provide for your family, to order, and whatever it is, you need to have a goal. So annual goals for the year, either by volume or by transaction. And the way I do it is I know that I need X amount of transactions to be good for the year. That's based on the average sales in my market that I service. Um, Once you do your annual goals, you narrow that down for, quarterly goals. How are you going to get to your annual goals? You need to figure out what you're going to do quarterly. So every quarter we narrow that down. How do I get there? And then from there we do weekly goals, and that's where Teamwork Tuesday comes in. Every Tuesday I'm in the office. I make sure I block Tuesdays from 10 to 1. And that's important for me because that's how I stay consistent and productive. From 10 to 1 If someone wants to make an appointment to show property, whatever it is, it's a no-go on Tuesdays at 10, because I am in the office doing all the things. So once we're there, Tuesdays we do wins of the week. We talk about what was good this last week. We talk about our struggles because in this business you're going to have struggles every day. There's something new and challenging, and it's good to talk through that and kind of find solutions. And then goals for the week. You set new goals. Did you achieve your goals last week? And then prospecting. So prospecting, there's many ways to do that. I was talking to Fred last week, and I one of the things you can do prospecting back in the day, and people still do today, is door knocking. I don't like to door knock. Never done it. Fred likes to door knock. I don't. So you got to find what works for you. You have to find what you like to do, right? So for me, I don't door knock. I struggle with, I love receiving handwritten notes in the mail. Love, love, love it. But for some reason, I struggle with writing them and sending them out. I don't know what it is. So that's something I'm working on because I like to receive it. I should be able to send them out more often. Other prospecting pillars, I guess, is the way I do it is my sphere of influence is very important to me. It's literally how I get my business. It's from them. People who have loved working with me, trust me, and then refer me out, right? So 99% of my business is from my sphere of influence. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You gotta set your goals, prospect, do what you say you're gonna do and show up is pretty much the key in a really quick meeting.
Well, very good. Now, one of my questions for you is everything that you just shared, how much is it written down in terms of everything that you said, in
Yes.
terms of it being some type of a systematic way where you can go back and actually have it written down?
So for me, I again am old school. I do have my phone, rely on my phone, my calendar, everything's all the appointments are in there, but I love my daily planner. So my office gives us a free like a daily planner. It's a business planner and it's just your basic, it's nothing fancy. And it's like this notebook. And it's set up where you can write your annual goals, business goals, but you can use anything. And for me, I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's blurred. Well,
Yeah.
I write everything down in my planner. So everything is written down, what I have to do that week, my goals, and then I do friendly reminders, um, positive affirmations, and I love colored pens. So do what is best for you. So that's what I do. So, and I love to check things off. If I've completed it, have I sent that CMA? I've got Sheeds Mountain photos that I had to do. I have to schedule a closing. So I love to just check it off.
Okay. Miss Minetta, well, thank you for sharing. And Miss Minetta, she has a question.
Sure.
I do. Thank you so much. So I guess my question is, I'm a relatively new agent. I've only sold a few properties, right? So I don't have that bank of, oh, these are all of the people that I have supported, right? So how do you start when you've only sold a couple of properties, right? Like I have family and friends and you talk to them and they know what you do. However, it doesn't just come up in conversation, right? When they're talking
Yeah.
to other people. So how do you overcome that and start to really build on that?
So that is a great question. So we all have our sphere. We all have our A people, B people, C people. So when you're starting out, it is so important that your family, your friends, your neighbors, your acquaintances, that's your sphere. Okay, so in order to remind them that you're in this business without being annoying and pushy, I do a monthly marketing. It's not even a newsletter. It's just a monthly email where it's a touch so that they remember, oh yeah, Jackie's in real estate. But it's not annoying. I just say, hi, happy Monday. So I usually send them out on Tuesdays, but happy Tuesday, here's your, I do raffles again, because I've been in it a long time. I have that. But for you just starting out, it can just be a simple, oh, here's what's happening in whatever market you're in, Fairfax County, Prince William, whichever it is. But those people, your friends and neighbors, treat them like your clients. Treat them like important people, your VIPs, because those are the people that are going to give you business because they know you and they trust you already. So even though you're just new, we all started new and we all have a circle. So and in your emails or whatever, always make sure you have that disclosure where if you'd like to be unsubscribed, give them that opportunity to unsubscribe. But that's what I did. That's what I would still do. So that's my recommendation. Definitely keep those people on your list and do monthly emails, even text. But I find that it can't always be about real estate. You have to show them who you are because people want to work with people they trust. So, um, you know, don't be that salesperson, because we're really not salespeople. We help people. We help people buy their homes, So I know that's kind of hard if you're new, um, but it works if you just are consistent and you keep it up.
All
Thank you.
right, Jasmine, you're up. You have a question.
I think also, Jackie, that's one of the misconceptions because even when I first started, I was like, yeah, call 25 people, but I don't have 25 clients.
Mhm.
So I think you just dig into like the people that you know already, friend of a friend, people who you used to hang out with, just let them know like what you do now, and then it will come. You
Right.
get those people at open houses that you meet, you put them in your database, they're gonna unsubscribe
Yeah.
sometimes they, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that's what it is too. But I was gonna ask like initially like who do you call, but you've been doing it for a long time, so I don't necessarily like call cold calling either, but do you do that and how do you kind of manage
I,
that?
so I do not cold call. I've
Okay.
also never cold call or door knock, right? So again, I relied on my circle all these years. So for all of you new people, how do you meet new people? Do you have a church group that you attend? Do you volunteer somewhere? Do you have do you have kids where you have sports and this sports parents? You got to find those community pockets and they become your circle and your network. And that's who, that's the people that get to know you. And then that's who you can call and email and touch base just to remind them that you are a realtor and can help them.
Okay. Thank you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to expand on that just a little more. Then we're going to come back to those questions. But thank you, Kim and Jasmine, for asking those questions. So my next question for you, Jackie, is how long have you been a realtor?
26 years.
Okay, so you've been 26 years.
Hmm.
Now, how many years have you been doing this type of prospecting where you're coming into the office, let's say, every Tuesday to meet
So
us?
that, well, so I was this is my third brokerage. And my first brokerage, I was there for 18 years. And those brokers, I was in the office every day for 18 years, Monday to Friday. I am in the office. Those brokers retired, and that broker, one of them, joined with Avery Hess. So then in 2018, I joined Avery Hess, and I was in the office every day, Monday to Friday. And we had Tuesdays. So since 2018, really, I've been doing every Tuesday, even though I was in the office every day. So Tuesday was my blocking, Teamwork Tuesday type things. And I'm still doing that today. So since 2018.
Okay. And since you've been doing Teamwork Tuesday, how has it impacted your business?
Oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. Um, I mean, sales wise, it has increased transaction wise, volume wise, again, top producer, all the accolades you could get in real estate. I'm happy to say I have achieved that. Um, and it's nice, but it's the helping people part, which is why I continue to do it. But I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, because we talked about this, and I'm because I know how humble you are, so I won't go any further. But my next question is, and I think this is where I think some people think of someone like Jackie when they see your names up in lights and all this kind of stuff. What separates you from someone that, let's just say, is not a top producer?
Consistency. Again, it's with I think every top producer person you talk to, if you're not showing up and doing the planning, the calling, the things you said you're gonna do, it's not gonna happen. Like our business is, we have flexibility in our schedule. So if you are, just watching Netflix all day at home, nothing's going to happen. Your business is not going to grow and it's not going to thrive. You should schedule networking. That's what I do. I try to meet with, people for coffee. And, there's lenders and your business partners, title companies who are always throwing events for you. Show up there. So I think consistency is key. That's how you become a top producer. That's how you get the sales that you want.
So it's not magic or anything else. What, you're no, correct me if I'm wrong, you would not consider yourself some outlier as a realtor. You're just like everyone else, correct?
That is right. I'm just your normal person. And there's agents that are doing more transactions than I am, right? But you need to focus on your own goals. Like again, it's how much money do you want to make a year? How much money do you need to make a year? Because that's also why we're doing this, right? You help people, you need money to fulfill your life and do the things you want to do. So focus on yourself. Don't compare. Find people who are better than you so that they can motivate you and encourage you. Find like your team. Um, and just surround yourself with positive, energetic people who can get you to where you want to be.
Okay. All right. And then probably my last question for you. Um, been in the business for 26 years. If you could talk to Jackie 26 years ago when you first started in the business of being a realtor, what advice would you give that new Jackie that was just starting out?
Oh my gosh, I think that's so easy for me because, and I'm still learning. So if I was talking to my old self, the one advice I would give myself is taxes. Just learn, learn the taxes and just, I was so young. I was so young, and my broker and mentor at the time would say, put aside for taxes. Remember the taxes. Again, when you work so hard and that money does come in, it's so easy to see it there in your face and like, okay, yeah, I earned it. And then you spend it. So for me, it was learning financial, you know, health. So that's my advice.
And it's funny, from a lender perspective, I can't count the number of realtors, not was real, but anybody that owns their own business that uh, made it impacted their business because when they come to see someone like me, and the first thing we do is we get their little Schedule C and we go, all we do is go to your net income. And if you're grossing $200,000 of income and you go to someone and if they're writing off $150,000 worth of expenses, that means you got $50,000 of net profit, and that's what we have to use in
Yep.
order to qualify you to buy a house in Northern Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that is
Mhm.
yes, yeah, that is a lesson that a lot of people have. It's difficult for them to understand when you're an employee and if they take a little bit about away each week from your paycheck, no one has any issue with that. But
Yep.
somehow when you are in business for yourself, we forget that concept is
Sure.
still the same. There is no different. Yeah, so that is my little plug there for understanding taxes. Okay. Um, now, um, any other questions from the group here? Okay. All right. So now, but so Jackie, again, I want to say thank you. Now, do you have this is for you. I know I've been asking you questions because I have a little bit of knowledge about you, so I just can't say thank you enough. Is there any questions that you might want to have for us? Because we're all here on a weekly basis coming in, and we're going through this book. Oh, you might not be able to see it.
Yeah.
Fanatical Prospecting from Jeb Blount, and the book is all about prospecting, and we spoke about it when we had coffee. Um, is there anything that you might want to share that you have not commented to help anyone, whether they are experienced with 20 some odd years like you or just starting out regarding prospecting?
I mean, I don't really have anything additional regarding prospecting. Again, you just got to make a plan and do it. So it does work. It will work for you. And if you try it for a week and then try it for another week, and just keep going and you will see the fruits of your labor.
Hey, okay. Jackie, awesome. You did well, and I sincerely want to say thank you because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to share my screen, and you came in at the perfect time. Um, well, we're going to
Yeah,
hopefully
thanks
you
for
can
having
see my
me.
screen. Can you see the screen here?
Yes.
This is what we were talking about, and this is what you discussed in your presentation. This
Yes.
is the prospective period, past clients, referrals, and you spent your sphere of influence and how you define your sphere of influence were these items here.
Right.
The one thing for you, because you've been in business, you're like this right here. You're like, no, that's just that's just not me. This right here, you get because you said 99% of your business is from your sphere of influence.
Correct.
So
And there's companies you can get leads from, you
absolutely,
pay for that service. I don't want to.
yeah.
So, yeah,
And so your pyramid is basically, whoops, if I can do this correctly, is just here. This
correct.
is these items here. This is your sphere of influence. Let me see. Oop. I can't get it right. All right, but this is your pyramid, which is okay for someone that's been in real estate for a lot of years. This is your pyramid, which is fine. Other individuals that are just starting out in real estate, they might have to go through all of this. But as you are more successful and when you have more years under your belt, this very well could be your pyramid, just as like past clients.
Mhm.
So, but it's still a pyramid. It's still
Correct.
there. So you came in at a perfect time, and I'm glad that you shared this. So if you want to stay on the call, that is fine. We're gonna finalize with what we're talking with, but if not, feel free to exit. And I want to say thank you so much. And I shared with you last week. You are our first guest speaker.
Well, thank you. Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me.
Jackie.
I wish you guys much success. Contact me anytime. I have got people like always asking for help and I'd be happy to help you. And if you guys ever want to come to Teamwork Tuesday and check it out, let me know. So, Fred, you can give them my contact
I will
info.
share your contact information, most
And
definitely.
thank you so much, Fred.
All
Have
right,
a
thank you.
great week, everybody.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, that was awesome. I mean, she just jumped in. I knew she was supposed to come in, but I didn't hear from her, so I didn't know. And she came in right on time, and she came in at a perfect time. Okay. Um, any questions regarding what Jackie spoke about? All right. So, we didn't finish everything from today's session, which is fine, because we're going to go over this more. I'm still going to share um, the information, and then we're going to continue next week. So, under the top level of clients, can everyone see my screen? I want to make sure that I have this correct with active opportunity clients.
Can't
Okay.
see your screen.
Okay. Whoop. Perfect. All right. Now you can see my screen now, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. All right. We got 3 minutes. Active. This is for calling past clients. And for each of those levels, I went and utilizing GPT, we went a little more in depth. So in terms of calling past clients, well, which past clients should I be calling? And we just identified those. Number one, active opportunity clients, who any clients that have talked about either moving, changing homes, if they've had life-changing events. And I think someone called them the 3 Ds or whatever: divorce, divorce, death, diploma, and something else. Those are all life-changing events where if any of those items take place in a client's life or even in a referral's life, that could have an impact on changing their housing. And if you don't know anybody in those categories from your clients, any recent closings from 0 to 12 months. And we talk about what should we be saying. And Chanel talked about it. How is the home treating you? Also, who do you know that I could help the same way I helped you? Who do you know I could help that help the who do you know that I could help the same way I helped you? Any individuals that's a past client that has referred you a lot of business. I appreciate you always thinking of me. How can I support you? Then the fourth one, long-term homeowners, individuals from 2 to 5 years, individuals that are building equity that could be a possible move up or downsider or investors. And a great conversation starter would it be helpful to see what your home could sell for in today's market? Just an example. And then the last one is past clients that you haven't spoken to in a number of years. And sometimes it could be a little um what is the word? Sometimes when you haven't spoke with someone in a while, it can be a little unnerving. But it's been too long. I wanted to reconnect. How have things been? And then for this one here, for 10, if you had to make 10 calls, you could do 3 active opportunities, 2 recent changes, 2 recent closings, 2 refers, 2 calls to long-term homeowners, and a reconnect. And these are all 10 different calls to make for basically 5 types of past clients. Let me stop here and to see if you have any questions and to see if this is helpful.
Yes, indeed, it's very helpful, Fred. It's very helpful.
Okay.
Will
Thank you,
that
Leslie.
will that be some of that be included in the notes you're gonna send over to us? Yeah.
I'm going to forward this exactly.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do next is this. I'm going to refer you. I'm going to email you for each of the 5 different levels.
Mm-hmm.
This in depth. And next week I want to go over that. It's because what I would like to do after we go through each one of these is on for us as a class, and whether or not you're experienced or inexperienced, I have some ideas how we could possibly change the model just a little bit, is to see, do we know individuals, whether what those that have clients, could we actually make these type of calls? Even if you only have one client, you can still make these type of calls for just active clients. And then this was past clients. We're going to go in depth for referrals, 5 different levels of referrals, 5 different types of sphere of influence, 5 different type of leads, 5 different type of cold contacts. So we have these 5 levels, and then we have 5 other levels inside of these. That's how in depth we could be. If we can remember this pyramid and go further down, then we will have plenty of people to call. Plus, we will have a systematic way of who to call. So every day when we start making prospects, or Jackie, even if it's one day a week, we're going to say, this week I'm going to call past clients. I'm going to call referrals, sphere of influence. And then if we can actually have it systemized in this way, it's going to help us out a lot. And like I said, this is, I put for realtors, but this could be for mortgage loan officers, if you're in insurance, even if you're selling copiers, whatever. This is strictly a pyramid for individuals in sales. Let me stop here and see if there's any questions. Okay. Then for next week, what I would like for us to do is, of course, I always have a challenge. Let's see if it's going to show up. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay. This is the challenge for next week. Utilize the prospecting pyramid. Even if you have to do one level, if you want to do all of the above, make calls in accordance to the area or the level on the pyramid. And when you make a call, record the prospecting objective. And we're going to keep going down. So when you make a call regarding the prospecting pyramid. And then for the calls that you make, record what was the objective for making a call. And the 4 prospecting objectives are setting the appointment, gather intelligence, building rapport and trust, plant seeds for future opportunities. Questions or comments? Okay. Everybody's quiet now. So I hope that is a good sign that you're all are absorbing this information in and seeing how, this is going to be helpful for you as you do your prospecting.
Definitely, Fred.
Okay.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah. This is good information. Very good information. Yeah.
All right. And
Very helpful.
then going forward, I'm going to have other guest speakers to come in and share what they do for prospecting as well. Because the successful realtors, they understand what prospecting is. They don't run from it. They run towards it. All right, everyone, make it a great week. Thank you for being on this call. It was a lot of fun. And we'll continue to go forward. Make it a fantastic, fabulous week prospecting.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Fred.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very,
Bye-bye.
very much.
Bye.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.